Right, coming up with New Year resolutions is something that most of us engage in at the beginning of the year. And now that we are midway through it, it's time to sit back and take stock. Wilson Mburu now takes a look at people who have managed to successfully carry out their New Year resolutions, from those who vow to introduce contraceptives to children to the national soccer team Harambee stars going to the World Cup and hoping to get better at playing football. Here is Wilson Mburu with this week's episode of Mock the Week.
It has been 26 weeks since the year began. We are now officially midway through the year. Remember those New Year resolutions that you made? Yeah, how many of those have you religiously stuck to? If you have, good for you. You've managed to make the rest of us look bad. You will also be happy to know that you're in the company of a nominated senator who, we here at Mock the Week assume, made a New Year's resolution to introduce condoms to 10-year-old children. But here's the problem with that proposal.
The children we have are very inquisitive, and they will ask that now you have provided condoms. Can't you provide time for their use?
Mr. Awiti here has a point. But besides that point is an even bigger underlying point that nobody wants to point at.
Who taught you how to get involved in sex? Can you get an answer? And now you are playing that very well. You are even maybe an expert. Who taught you?
So the point is, these experts who in no way were trained by anyone in their field of expertise should stop trying to instill their craft on 10-year-old children.
Now, there has been a lot of hype, a lot of brouhaha, hula baloo, hoopla, rakas. I like this one, razmatas, about Sabasaba and what goes on during Sabasaba. For those of us who do not speak Swahili and are wondering what Sabasaba is, it basically means 7-7, or in short, sevens. That said, let's ask ourselves, what happens at the sevens?
Unbelievable tackle. Defense is there. Brilliant cover by Samoa.
You've seen what happens in Sabasaba. I don't know what people are worried about Sabasaba. You know, why are you worried about Sabasaba?
Let me stop you right there, Millie, now that you've brought up the issue of worry. Me, personally speaking for myself, I'd say my biggest worry is but that's just me. I'm worried about small things like being clobbered to death by the police. The other major question is, why push for a public holiday?
Most young people, not even just young people, but the majority of the population is unemployed. So they're on a permanent public holiday anyway.
Yeah. People who are unemployed just sit around waiting for politicians to call for public rallies. It's a valid point and not at all an insult to millions of people who are jobless. For you to understand this whole Sabasaba business, however, we need to make these things clear. One, this is how these guys currently see the country.
Danger! 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 Danger!
Two, this is how these other guys are seeing the country. And then, the perfect chance presented itself at the funeral of a former general. And if there's something politicians know so well how to do, it's to politicize grief.
Mimi nimeomba ndugu yangu Uhuru Kenyatta, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, tuketi chini kama wa Kenya, tuzungumze.
The alternative to dialogue is chaos.
Oh, they've got you now, Mr. President. There's no way you're refusing to engage in dialogue in front of a grieving family. Any clever general, however, sends his troops first to do the dirty work. So, do you have any secret weapons, Mr. President?
Agosti tarehe mosi pale babu lipojaribu kupindua serikali. Oi! Oi! Asante Jenerali Mulinge kuokoa.
Kwa familia ni kuambia ya kwamba sisi tutaendelea kuwaombea muweze kuwa na nguvu.
Wait, was he listening? The moral of the story is,
anataka kutuambia mimi wewe sasa hata ukijitangaza au uwe nini hutakuza mboga moja hata kwa maneno hayo.
Let's talk about Harambee Stars. Yes, our high-flying football team, literally high-flying, like 40,000 feet in the air flying to Brazil. Their New Year resolution was to go to the World Cup. Well, it was more like President Uhuru Kenyatta and his wife Margaret's resolution to get the Stars to Brazil by hook or crook, but that's not the point. The point is, the national football team players are in Brazil competing for tickets and seats in the stadiums to watch other people who are there to play football and hopefully get better at it somehow. Call it Vision 3020.
Even though sisi hatujakuja participate, but ile feel yenye tulikuwa nayo ni kama pia sisi tuna take part kwa hiyo World Cup.
Oh, by the way, the guy you see in this picture with a potbelly is our goalkeeper Duncan Ochieng. We have no idea where he goes to the gym or if he does. However, they missed the most important event.
Well, I said earlier the pitches are damning. I stand by that. I mean, I don't blame the referee at all. I think it's a difficult one to spot. But the pictures there show that he does have a bite at him.
Yes, Suarez was at it again, doing what he has done so well over the last 4 years, eating other players.
Luis Suarez has taught us an extremely important lesson: consistency. If you're going to feast on people, it's important to be reliable about it.
In his defense, Suarez does not eat before matches and he has low blood salt that needs replenishing by eating other footballers. It's a thing. Google it. And here's how former President Mwai Kibaki reacted to that incident. Wilson Mburu for KTN's Mock the Week.